Sorry, y'all. Just trying to sort this out real fast. Okay, goodness. Making a beer. This is an IPA. Super simple. Nothing too crazy. It has, of course, with an IPA land, you have a million different hops you use. So this is, they call it the Down Under IPA. This is a kit. I was too lazy to try and pick one out. So we have literally so many hops. Need to get my water, first of all, up to 100 and let's get up to 155 because we have, it says 150 to 165, but we want to go a little bit above that. This is where I get to do my ghetto jerry rigging stuff. How's everyone doing? Good to get to make some new brews. I know this is not a mead, but I just bought this kit today and figured it'd be kind of fun to do. We're at 140 currently. Beer on a Mead channel. What's sorcery? Yeah, we're doing something a little different today. That's for sure. I think I make a lot of beer. I just don't normally. I don't normally record them because a lot of people don't like watching beers being made. So, per usual, if you've never made a beer in the first place, we have to steep our grains, which is pretty simple. So let me go ahead. Oh, also I gotta put some stuff away. So we're gonna take this little brew bag right here, and I always stretch it over like a bowl so that I can be able to easily get the grains in. So stretch this over this bowl. Grab me some scissors. And yeah, this is gonna be, let's see. I have too many devices here to make this work. Come on. I just wanna see the chat. There we go. I'm gonna open this up. I haven't, honestly, I've brewed one other IPA in my time, and it was with a friend, so I can't say that I myself have made an IPA for myself. I definitely have made an IPA before. It just ended up not being mine. And that was actually pretty recently. And I've really developed, not necessarily an affinity for the IPA side of things. I think I just thought it'd be interesting to try. So we got our malts, or sorry, not malts, our grains, excuse me. Fix our bag. This is gonna be a lot of boiling time, so feel free to ask lots of questions because I would love to chat with you guys about what's happening. Have you ever considered making muscadine scuppernong mead? Or can you, what? I'll be real with you. I don't know what the heck you just said to me. Muscadine and scuppernong are two very fun words. But I have no experience with that, to be very fair with you, which is fine. But you can tell me if you've had experience with it. I'd be curious. We need to get this up to 155-ish, 157, I think. Then, of course, we're gonna steep it for 20, I think it's 20 minutes. Yep, 20 minutes. So we still got a little time. In fact, I think it's time for a brew, my own. What am I gonna drink? I don't have any IPAs right now. Let's try, oh, here's this. This is hoppy. This is a hopped mead that I have. And I use Simcoe hops, so that's close enough to an IPA. Myself a glass. They're basically native grapes, the South. Ooh, I'm spilling everywhere. Interesting. You know, I'll be fair or honest with you. I don't know a lot about the different hops and grapes, or not hops, but grape side of things. I haven't done a ton of wines before, so not really my wheelhouse. I have done a little bit of wine, but nothing too crazy at this point. Let me go ahead. Sorry, y'all, I gotta fix something. There are too many things to do in this case. Trying to make sure I have everything set. Ooh, that hopped mead's nice. It's had a little bit of time to age. Okay. All right, what do we got? What do we got? I need some questions. Someone asked me, what do we got? Anyone have anything new you're making? Anything exciting? Anything terrible? I can tell you I've made a bunch of pretty decent things recently. Not tooting my own horn. I do have a bunch of stuff planned for sure. Ooh, I really like those Simcoe hops. Those are good. This thing, I don't have a real label for it. This is one of my very few that I just didn't even try to actually put a label on. Start with the beer. Yes, you're right. That's definitely step one. Okay, we're at 156. We're now going to go ahead and put our grains in. We had our, if you've never made a beer, it's a pretty simple process actually. Oh no, lost my thermometer. You pour generally about 2 to 2.5 gallons of water, at least for a 5-gallon batch, 2 to 2.5 gallons of water. You put your grains in, those steep first for roughly, maybe 20 minutes. Then we start to add our malts. So after that, we add all of our malt. This is light malt extract. And because this is an IPA and it calls specifically for corn sugar, we're gonna add corn sugar, which is what we have here. After that, well, I should say once that gets to a boil, we add those things. Then we start to add the literal mountain of hops. I think I have a grand total of how many ounces of hops? This is 6 ounces of hops, which is quite a bit for what we're doing. Let's see. Do you have a favorite hop for beer and mead? I don't. I've been experimenting with a bunch, so honestly, I'm still trying to figure out what I like. So I have mine 20 pounds of grain wine. Yeah, you could use wine juice as a base. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd eventually like to do more stuff with wine, but I'm also not too concerned to try and jump in that world because I have enough on my plate with mead. Okay, I gotta do a little jerry-rigging. Give me 1 second. I don't want this touching the bottom. This is where you guys get to see my very interesting beer habits. There we go. Maybe. Oh goodness. Now thermometer, we got to hold this at about 158, 59. We don't want to go above 165 because it will actually, it'll pretty well mess up the, oh yeah, I need to pull this down. It'll overheat the grains, which is bad news. Then you get some weird offshoot flavors from this. Also, I don't have my beer thermometer, my brewing thermometer. I do need to put away. I bought a couple new yeasts for a yeast shootout, so I need to make sure I put these away so they don't go bad. Lots of things happening. Also, because this is not a big live stream, I'm turning on some music. Sorry, this stream is, quote, not very professional, mainly because I'm doing a million things at once. So, like I lost my phone. which is exciting. It's always a good thing to lose. Can everyone hear me all right? Finally got this lavalier mic set up to work. So, need something. What do we got? This is about how it is when I'm brewing. Yeah, Daniel. This is how it feels. Need some easy listening music. Oh my goodness, about to take out my cat. My cat is notorious for getting in the way of everything I do. So it's kind of obnoxious. Again, I need to fix something. Hold on, sorry, y'all, I'm struggling today. Hey, if you want to do one thing to help me out, if you would like to, oh gosh, there we go, just do that. If you'd like to support the channel in one easy way, so you see down below, hopefully you see this, there's a join link. For $1.99, there's only one price. You get to see all of my content early. Now, the people on there they've already seen the video that's gonna go out on Thursday, because I already posted early for them. They also, well, I'll give you a spoiler. The people who are supporting me with that join link will on Thursday get to see the Can It Be a Mead episode 2 early, because that thing is it's already been done for a little bit, and so it'll be going out then. If you want to join me, support the channel, you'll see all of my content 4 days early every single time I upload a video. If you want to support me even more, because I don't want to do a bunch of different tiers on this, you can go to my Patreon, where you can do the same thing. For $2 a month, you can see my stuff early, but for like $5 a month, you'll get exclusive live streams for, and you start to get more, basically the tiers, you get to get more stuff. So at like $10 a month, you're really just supporting the channel, and I appreciate that, but I'm also gonna send you a sticker pack. I have opened up the doors for some unique opportunities for those people because they're supporting me. So if you wanna do that, go check it out. That stuff helps me out quite a bit. But yeah, join. $2 a month, and I know it's some of you, like, that doesn't seem like a lot, or that seems like a lot, and I just want you to know that even if it's a $2 a month, like, your support means a lot to me, and I've already got a bunch of people. You also get a bunch of emojis, so I don't think I have anybody in here right now, but you get a bunch of different emojis you can use for live streams, which I need to fix, and you get to you get a little emoji next to your thing. Hold on, let me. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, that's not working. Anyways, I tried to get that to work. You should be able to get, if it's still new to me, you can use your emojis in the actual, in this live stream. But of course it's not working. So become a member. Also, I've not been watching this. Where are we at? 160.8. Ooh, thank the Lord that did not go past, because that would have been rough. What's new? I'm not looking at the chat right now, so. I'll have to figure that out later. I guess this is not. This is a pain. It's not working. So we got a people who are, someone has tried muscadine, looks like. Interesting. All right, continuing on with this IPA business. Oh, I didn't say that. Doing too many things at once. Anyone know how long ago I started this? I put the grains in. I think it's been 5 minutes. If you know in the chat, I think I did it 5 minutes ago. Someone go back and rewind a little bit, because I did not turn on my timer, which is not good. Maybe at some point. So this IPA, I wish I had something, an actual IPA to be tasting right now, but I don't. I also would like to, let's do that. Get down. My cat is nuts. So you guys have probably saw yesterday if you watched the Game of Thrones mead. That was Sansa's lemon mead. There's a bunch of other great ones. In fact, I'll throw, if I can find it real quick, I'll throw the ale horn thing in the chat. I bet I can find it real fast. Ale horn mead recipes. They put a bunch of really cool stuff up there. What's happening here? Y'all, this has been, so far, none of my stuff has worked. It's been very, very frustrating. Here it is. Throw this in the chat. If you want to go check out that is the place that I got Sansa's mead, and I do plan on making a couple more of theirs. So if you're interested in seeing some of those other things, of course you'll see them at some point. Did anybody find out how long it had been since I put that stuff in? We're a little bit low. We're not low, but. Making a beer is a lot of time. You just got to spend a lot of time sitting and waiting. Put it in like 8 minutes back. Oh goodness. Let's go. Okay. Let's say, oh, now I got to remember what math I did. I think I put it on 15. I think that's right. I'm at 10 now. That was a goof. What a goof. Where'd my drink go? Hopefully this music doesn't screw me over. I guess we're gonna find out at some point. Okay, so let's read some stuff. What do we got here? I would love to hear one thing that you're brewing in your house, whether it's a beer, like I'm making a beer right now, a mead or a wine. All of this stuff is fascinating to do in my opinion. So also, if at any point my microphone dies, let me know, because my lavalier mic doesn't have a ton of battery. So there's a good chance that it will get messed up or turn off, and then I won't know, and then it'll be too late. Also, this thing is really far behind, because I'm looking back on it, this was like 30 seconds ago. Got a bunch of different tests coming your way, if you're curious about that. I gotta figure out what hops am I supposed to use right now? Sticklebrack. Oh, that's a fun. Sticklebracked. I use both of these right now. I use my Montague. What's that from? Montuca hops. There are 3? What? I can't, let's see. Oh, okay, I see. So I leave those two. So I have to use 4 ounces of hops in this primary boiling process, which is a lot of hops. I think in this thing I made right here, which is a traditional mead that I dry hopped, it has Simcoe hops in it. It had half an ounce for the gallon, so, and it's still very, very hoppy. Let's see what we got. Right now I'm making a 4-gallon Bochet and a 5-gallon peach. I'm gonna turn the peach into peach cobbler flavor and a gallon blackberry mint lemon. Those are pretty cool. Blackberry mint lemon. I bet that'll be pretty awesome. Wow, so what are you gonna do? I'm curious, what are you gonna do with are you gonna make just the Bochet normal, or are you gonna take and put something with it? Because Bochets are really unique. You can get some really cool flavors out of them. Like I think I still have an original bottle of my Bochet. Ooh, hey, promo, not for me, but for something else. If you've never had, I made a peanut butter jelly mead, I don't know, like it's been a year now. For my birthday, one of my friends, he knows I like trying different weird alcohols. He got me this Screwball peanut butter whiskey. Now, I'll pour a little taste of it and tell you what I'm getting from it, but it is very, very interesting. I'm definitely pretty enthused by it. Most people are probably going, oh man, that looks terrible, but it honestly is really pretty good. Also, this is a strain of hands glass. This thing has a lot of, it's like thicker. It's got a thicker mouthfeel. Missed my fig tree. Man. Also, I got a bunch of different, we've got not Everclear, what's it called? Absinthe up here. Absinthe is of the devil, it seems like. Well, I've had some bad experiences with it, so I would definitely not suggest going too crazy with it. I need to be watching this. Okay. Here's that peanut butter whiskey I was talking about. It smells legit like a peanut butter sandwich, which is incredible. Yeah, this thing, I'm a huge fan of it. It's definitely got those whiskey, like, the alcohol, of course, alcohol burn from whiskey, because it's like, I think it's 35%. Hold on, I get it. Yeah, it's 35, it's 70 proof. Yeah, okay. I'll taste test for you. Legit peanut butter sandwich. And they did a fantastic job of getting jelly. Like peanut is a decently easy flavor to get into a mead, into a brew in general, because you can put peanut extract in. The grape side's hard. And that's because, like, if you've ever fermented with grape juice, it turns into, you lose a lot of the grape juice flavor and it gets to be this sour something. So they did a fantastic job. I'm behind on things. Sorry, rackings, bottling. Mango habanero, there you go. That sounds good. 1.16, oh gee, good Lord. Man, that's heavy. Colin, you haven't missed anything. We are brewing an IPA. I just bought a kit today. Actually, I went to my brew shop probably an hour ago, and I wanted to brew a beer. I've wanted to brew a beer, I should say. And I finally just went ahead and decided to do it since my life's gonna get busier pretty soon. So, you haven't missed anything. I don't know how far, let me see. Oh, I know why that's so far behind. I'm dumb, live stream dumb. My playback here was like 30 seconds behind because of my fault. So I was like, man, you guys are seeing things so late. Peanut butter whiskey, really, really good. We got 3 minutes left. Let's see, hopefully we're not going past. I'm talking too much. 162. Bring that down just a little bit. After this stage, after our what do you call it? The grains, excuse me. We're gonna go ahead and get it to a boil, and then we add our corn sugar and our light malt extract and some various other things. So, what sort of IPA? More floral hops it is. This is called the Down Under IPA. Now, I was lazy and I just bought a kit because I didn't want to have to think about everything I needed to put into this IPA. So it says, head down under and enjoy this bold IPA featuring a punch of hops from the southern hemisphere, the pine and citrus aroma yielded from New Zealand Sticklebracht and New Zealand Montuka. Dry hopping combined with a deep golden hue makes this truly a truly unique drinking experience. It'll end up somewhere around 1.055 if I left it alone. But I have yet to mention that I am actually gonna make this into a braggot. So I can do that here in a second. I gotta pour probably a couple pounds of honey into these containers because I'm gonna be putting honey in the primary. So this thing's gonna end up above that 1.05 range for starting gravity. We're probably gonna end up like 1.075 maybe. It just depends. But I definitely want this to be a braggot because I think that an IPA and a clover honey that I'm gonna be using would go really well together. Now, one thing, I don't normally promote Chaucers, but I will in this case, which is kind of weird to say. I have taken Chaucers previously and actually mixed it in with an IPA that's local to here, and that was really, really good. It made a braggot in its own right, and it was fantastic. So if you want to try that, what do we got? What are some good botanicals to use for a mead? Anyone have any opinion on that? Because I don't have a great opinion, I'll be honest. Honestly, I've not used a ton of different things. I've definitely tried, I've been using more, well, I'll put it this way. I don't want to tip my hand too much, but episode 2 of Can It Be a Mead will be out this coming Monday. Again, if you want to see that early, go down, hit that join button to become a member. You get emojis, you get to see all of my videos early, and you support the channel. So you can see that early. But episode 2 of Can It Be a Mead will be out for everyone on this coming Monday. And I'm working on episode 3. I'm actually finalizing that one this week. Episode 4 is also in the works. And I've already drawn up the flavors for episode 5. So because of my schedule, because of my, oh, hello. Because of my busyness in life I'm about to get to, I've been working on things to try and get a good amount of content ready for you guys because life's gonna get super, super busy. Let me update this real fast. Hopefully YouTube doesn't get me for this. Okay. Hey, the stream doesn't look too bad. Anyone? I'm using a different kind of webcam, so trying to be nicer. Okay, we are ready to move on. These grains have steeped for long enough. Now the thing with the grain side, nice. The thing with the grain side is you don't want to take this bag if you're brewing a beer and squeeze it, because then you're pulling all of these possibly astringent, bad flavors out of the wheat and stuff. So I'm just gonna actually pick this up and let it drip. So it's got a nice color. It's definitely like golden, like the box says. It's more of a golden color. I'm also gonna take this and set it up to high so we can get this to a boil. Because now that we get to when we get this to a boil, we add our malt extract in. Also need this, once this is finished. You also lose in the process of boiling some of your total volume. So it's better to start with a little bit more. Okay, oops, over here. Put this in here for now. Don't care about the temperature anymore, but we do want to get this up to a boil pretty quickly. So I'm gonna put my lid on and wash my stuff because that's smart. Okay. Next up, malt extracts and cornstarch, corn sugar. Need my live chat. Hello. Oh, my struggle bus. Have you said what grains you're using? Oh, I haven't yet, sorry. So the ones that came with this, I threw them away, dummy. Actually, it's right here. It is 6 ounces of Cara Red, 3 ounces of biscuit, and 4 ounces of Carapils. So not a ton. I wish I could get the camera to show you guys. Actually, ready for this? We are so high tech right now, guys. This is what we got. We are brewing and going. So it's got this nice, get some light in there, nice, pretty orangey color. That's what you get here on the Man-Made Mead channel. Oh, and then you get this. Back on the struggle bus. You get one cool moment per stream. That was it. Is that working? Oh, is it too far up now? See, this, we tried. We're trying and failing. Hold on. Boom. Leave it. Good. Okay. Got the head cam, yeah. What's up, Mac? It's good to see you, dude. Nice to see you tuning in for a stream. Appreciate it. 100. I don't have any crazy meads to pull out right now, otherwise I would. I'm just gonna be sipping on this the Simcoe hop traditional mead. Pretty good. What'd you guys do for Mead Day? I ended up doing a live stream with Doing the Most for Mead Day. I went over to his place since he's pretty local to me, and we just talked about mead making. So I want to highlight his channel and say go check him out. He does a lot of mead making content as well. He also, they do some homesteading stuff, and they're going to start doing more of that, but they do a lot of really similar stuff to what I do on the channel with different tests and those various things. So go check him out, Doing the Most. I think you'll like his stuff. If you like my stuff, you'll like his stuff, that's for sure. So, working our way to a boil. The worst part of the beer making side for me is getting the light malt extract, liquid malt extract out of these. It's hard. So this is where the struggle bus is gonna come on. Gotta open these up. Mead Day, packed a 5-gallon primary onto 5 1-gallon recipes. Love it. That's the way to do it. When you're making mead, especially if you want to just get the most bang for your buck, I would definitely recommend taking and splitting your batches up, because actually it just works really well. And you can keep one as like a traditional, then you can start to go crazy and add all your weird flavors you want to do. Oh, come on. No! Anyone else do anything for Mead Day? Never knew you could eat maypops. Are the maypops the little, no, those are honeysuckles, I think, that have the honey, basically the flower, not pollen, what's it called? What's the inside of the, it's kind of like honey. I don't know what it is. Honeysuckles are definitely kind of fun. I had a tree by my neighbors had a tree, I should say, that we would always steal the honeysuckles from. Maybe that's where my love for honey came from, who knows? All this time. That's what I mean. This thing is just, it's just gonna drip. Okay. Getting up to a boil, and then we get to our rolling boil for the next eternity, essentially. Okay. Nectar, thank you. You can't win them all. That's what I think, at least. How many of you guys are on a lunch break right now? I'm curious. Being a teacher, right now during the summertime, I get to live my life, not worry about a thing, and of course, in about 2 weeks, my life ends and I start back doing everything again. But for this moment, I'm going to enjoy my freedom. Also, probably need to take care of this honey situation. Let me make some room, because I need to pour a bunch of honey, and you guys can watch me struggle. I buy it in pails now because it's really expensive to buy honey if you are buying it in like little 3-gallon batches. Also, I have so much stuff to do. There's so much mead maintenance that happens in life. I'm sure if you've made mead, you've been here now. You've been through the spot where you have to do a million different things. What do you teach? I teach music. I'm a music teacher. 7 p.m. in the UK. Well, hey, what's up, UK time? 2 a.m. Wow. Where are you at, Smart Cookie? 2 a.m. That is. You must be. I don't even know where that'd be. I'm curious. Okay, now I'm gonna struggle bus pour this honey into these, and you guys can watch firsthand just how terrible it is. Well, not terrible the honey is, but how terrible the Saudi Arabia. Ooh, Singapore. Hey. I'm glad you make as much content as you do because it keeps the boredom away. Oh, I understand that. I got plenty of content for you guys. Okay, you even get to see my little 1-gallon keg that I've purchased that you'll see a video on at some day. But I've been doing some stuff with it. Okay, time to pour some honey. This is not my favorite part of this game. Also, it gets real messy real fast. Also, there's no way to like clean up the honey. I've had terrible ant problems over the past 2 weeks, and it's all thanks to probably the amount of honey I've had around here. So I'm trying to be better about cleaning. Here we go. Sorry, I can't see the chat. Oh, I goofed. I didn't move this thing closer. There we go. Someone in the chat's going, no, you should have done it this way. Sorry. This is like 2.5 pounds of honey from what I've gathered. Let me go into this one. I'm just using clover honey. This is actually from Winco. If you know where Winco is or what Winco is, it's just a big chain store that sells a lot of things. So they sell honey for a decent price. It's not incredible. I definitely spent a decent amount on it. So I would not say that you are gonna make, well, it's better than some of the online sources. I didn't have to pay for shipping, which was nice. And now, clean that up, grab this. This is what I mean. This is where it gets messy. Professional pouring. You know what? Too much time. Now I have all this on the top, and I always try to get like a spatula or something. Spatula. Welcome to Oklahoma. Got the South coming out of me. And I just kind of scrape it back in to try and save as much as I can. But then, as I've learned, at least here in Oklahoma, the ants are ruthless. So if you don't clean up well, they will find a drop of honey and they will attack. So now I take and I put the lid back on. I'll turn this back. And maybe. I put this little cap back on and I rinse it off to try and clean it up some. Oh, we got a mess over here. Sorry, y'all, I can't look at the chat right now. Such a pain. All right, also it's here right now. Okay, what do we got going on? What have I missed? Beer we boiling yet? We are real close to a boil. Ooh, that's hot. Oh, a pause. How do honey prices compare to in the US, here UK about $4.10 a pound. Depends on the honey you're buying. This clover honey was like $3.20 a pound. But if you are taking and buying a really expensive kind, then you're gonna spend some money. We missed a couple more viewers. 50-pound bucket for $170. That's not bad. You can get, I've looked at Dutch Gold, that's where I bought from before. I did, oh, we're boiling. I did like using the Webstaurant honey. However, in my experience now with some long-term timing of it, it's not that great. Let me pour these in. There you go. Isn't that a fun shot? I stand here for like 30 minutes waiting for these to finish or to complete out. Also, getting all of the drops out of this are such a pain. This is such a pain, but the steam helps. I much prefer mead making to beer making. I love beer. I drink a lot of beer. But I much prefer mead making because the process is far easier. While you do have to wait longer, if you're someone like me who makes a ton of mead, waiting is not that bad. I don't really necessarily worry too much about waiting because I'm already starting other projects. But beer is nice because you can churn it out in a month and a half, 2 months, and be good. Not have to worry about anything. Come on. Also, I need to turn this back up. I need more hands. Also, I could probably, yeah, I might do that in a second. You can normally get some of the wort, which is what this is called, and put it into the container. Just circle it around and it'll pick up some of the stuff. Also, I need to stir. I need to sanitize and stir. Too many things to do. Sanitizing things. I can smell that malt extract at the bottom. Now my whole house is gonna smell like a burned marshmallow, essentially. Okay. Oh, we are cooking. We're going. Okay. Now I'll get some of my, where's that thing? Aren't you guys glad I have a lavalier mic so I can walk 40 feet away from you and still talk to you? That's so nice. Should make some merch, Smart Cookie. I do have some merch. If you give me a second, I will, oh my gosh, plug it in my chat. Oh, that is hot as can be. Or if someone wants to help me out, if you will go to the Facebook page and get the bonfire link that I posted, I think 2 or 3 days ago, I'd really appreciate it so I can get it, or I'll get it in a second, one of the two. But someone wants to help me out so I can keep doing this real fast. This is hot. Okay, swirly swirl. Ow, ow. I'm dying. Need protection. Let's see. There we go. Just trying to get all the malt extract out that I can. Now that this is boiling, we can go ahead, once I get these malt extracts sorted out, we can go ahead and add our hops, which then we start even more boiling. I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. At this point, the temperature doesn't matter. There we go. I got as much as I can out of those. Woo, that's hot. Okay. Where am I at? Where's my... Okay, hops. That's what I need. A million different hops. First one is... Our first hop we use, and we boil for 40 minutes, we got some time, y'all, is an ounce of Sticklebracht hops, which are these bad boys right here. So let's go ahead and pitch these bad boys in, and we'll even get the sickest hops shot you've ever seen. Ready for this, y'all? This is gonna be so sick. Hops shot. Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. We got our malt, we got our wheats that were boiled, now we got our hops. It turns into a big old swamp essentially. And then I broke the camera again. Did I fix it? Oh man, we're dancing. We're good? Good. Did anybody find that link? A man-made mead stein? I would love to do that. I don't know how I could do that though. That's one of my problems. Drunk cam. Yeah, that is drunk cam for sure. Hold on, let me see if I can find that link. Y'all are keeping me busy. Oh, you almost let me forget. I need to turn this on for 40 minutes. I should see some people in the chat screaming at me to turn a timer on. I've already failed once. Come on. Let's see. I just posted it the other day. Yeah, there it is. I'm just gonna... Okay, there's a couple different ones. There are 3 options. Sorry, y'all. Here we go. I just copy and pasted my link. No, dang it. Now this is through Bonfire. If you know anything about Bonfire, they're a company. I get a lot of the proceeds. Most of the time when you make a shirt, if you sell it, you lose a lot of the proceeds in general. Here you go. There we go. There's 3 of them. So the first one is like what I use for my beer logos, and it's pretty cool. I like that one. And then there's just a man-made mead logo one, and there's also like a man-made mead smaller logo, which is interesting. I bet I can find, I think I have an example somewhere. And I'm doing a million of them. Okay, I'm making a huge mess over here. Got 40 minutes on this timer. Then we add another ounce of the Sticklebracht for 15 minutes. At which point after that we boil even more hops. We boil another, or a Montuca and Sticklebracht for 5 minutes. We stop the boil, and then it sits and cools. I don't have a wort chiller, which is like this weird copper tubing thing. I could have bought one today at the brew shop, but it's like 80 bucks, and I don't necessarily want to do that right now. So when I get to that point, I'll probably switch to, if I'm still doing the stream, I'll switch over to doing just some maybe some Reddit stuff, talking about that. Yes, please smash the like button for the algorithm. If you know anything about YouTube, they are really amazing. Thank you, YouTube. And they're also really terrible in some ways because smaller channels like myself, we get thrown underneath the radar. We're not really that important. So if you want to support the channel, just go through and hit subscribe, of course, but also like, and then share this. Leave a comment. All those things help me for sure if you like the channel. So, now quite the mess to clean up. You asked earlier, was playing with doing with the Bochet, oak it. Yeah, Everett, did you ask me this in a previous comment? I think I remember responding to somebody. As far as what oaks to use for a Bochet, I have used, what oak was it? I don't even remember now. Oh gosh. It was a light toasted oak that I used with the Bochet, and it imparted some really nice vanilla characters. I don't think you need to go too heavy. I would suggest not getting a dark toasted like oak, because you already have a lot of dark flavors from the Bochet. You already have some, I just think it'd be conflicting in some ways, so don't go too dark. You want to get a little bit light. I just want to get something that's like heavy toast. I can't remember what that's called. I can't say that I have spent a lot of time. I mean, I've done oaking stuff for sure, but I haven't like tested the difference between this white oak and this whatever million different kind of options. All right, here we go, y'all. We got another swamp shot. This is what happens. This is what the world looks like right now. It's actually a swamp, and it's not boiling. I had to turn this up. I need to turn that up more, but we got a swamp shot. I'll try and give more updates on the swamp shot. This stupid camera. That's not what I wanted. Maybe. Hold on. We're figuring this out. Oh, I see what the problem is. Maybe. There we go. Good. More drunk cam. Hey, Mo Asiri, welcome to the Man-Made Maker membership. Appreciate you big time. If you want to support me, and a huge shout out to Mo. I guess I'm saying your name right, I hope. If you want to support me and see my content early, like right now, Mo is able to see what video is going to come out on Thursday, because she's supporting the channel in that way. So if you want to do that, you gain immediate access to see what's coming out soon. And for anybody if you join, you have to go look at the community tab on my channel, which is where I post all of those things. It's not like, it doesn't just go to your sub box. You have to go to the community tab, or it will post, actually it'll go in your sub box. It'll say Man-Made Mead has posted whatever thing. So if you want to support that. Thank you, Mo. Appreciate you big time. Sorry, I've missed some things. Would strawberry, fresh fruit, and cream flavoring complement well with Bochet's flavor profile, in your opinion? Here's the thing. Bochet's are very, very strong character, flavor in general. So when you're making a Bochet, if you're gonna add some other wild flavors in, you gotta realize that you probably have to put even more in to get them to pop. Something that's really bright, like a strawberry, might work. Sorry, I'm sanitizing. Something like a strawberry might work, and that's because it's bright. If you're using well, actually I say that. I've done some darker fruit Bochet's recently. I could think that could work. The cream is where I would have a little bit of a question mark. I don't know about the cream side, if you're thinking of the actual cream flavoring taste, or if you're just talking about like a mouthfeel difference. So I don't know. I don't know how to answer that exactly other than say, try it. Let us know how it goes. Mo, thank you so much. I hear a lot from you. You're awesome. I appreciate you big time. Sweet. And Mo is getting access. Mo, I would love for you, if you know how to go in and spam some of the different emojis you can use as a man-made mead maker over there. I think you have to go over to the little emoji button. And Michelle's here. What's up, Michelle? Glad to see ya. Michelle can also spam some of those emojis that I have if you want to, if you are a man-made mead maker, you get access to those. Specialty to you, which is kind of fun. So, got all my honey here. Just an update, if you've just joined, we're making a braggot. We've been doing this we've been live for a little while now. But, well, making an IPA, I'm gonna make it into a braggot. I'm gonna add some honey here. I'm gonna add it during the final boil. Now, the reason I'm adding it during the final boil is because if I were to add it right now, there's a great chance that a lot of the aromatic flavors, characters of the honey would be lost in this boiling process. So if I do it in the last final boil, which is 5 minutes, I think I'll lose less. And I believe I'm gonna add, because this is a 5-gallon batch, about 2.5 pounds of honey, which is this right here. So I'll put 2.5 pounds of clover honey in. My stream is also very behind again. Ooh, interesting. I need to pick something else. I like this Simcoe hop mead, but I've had enough. I've had a whole glass of it. Let's find something new. Let's see. Ooh, I know what I can do. We're gonna play a fun game for y'all. Oh, that was fun. That was like a Mario moment. I saw myself on the camera. Whoa! Got some popping. You guys, since you're watching the live stream, which I appreciate you, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I'm gonna pour this out. I'm not gonna show you the label on this thing. This is episode 2 of Can It Be a Mead? And I am simply going to taste it, and I'm not going to describe the exact flavors I'm getting, but I'm going to give you some hints, and let's see if anybody can get it close in the chat. And Michelle, you're totally right. This fridge, I'm 6 feet tall, and where I live, this fridge is small. I have to literally duck down to get to the bottom shelf. So maybe one day I'll be fancy enough to have a tall fridge, but that day is not today. So here's Can It Be a Mead episode number 2. I would like you to guess in the chat what flavors, what ingredients you think I used. Oh yeah. Okay, trying to think of words I can give without giving away the ingredients. It is bright, a little bit spicy, decently spicy, I'll say. What else we got? It's a little carbonated, which is nice. Not that that plays into the flavors. Possibly a little bit vegetable-y. Got some citrusy, tropical flavor. And yeah, I can't give away too much more. Guess what kind of ingredients you think I'm getting out of this mead right now. So I said bright, citrusy, tropical, a little spicy, a little bit vegetable-y. Ooh. I don't want to, again, I don't want to tip. This thing's good. I feel like I'll give away all of my secrets if I do that. Also, you're welcome to guess in the chat, but I have a really good teacher poker face, so you will not find out from me the exact ingredients, but you can go ahead and guess and see if you can read me to figure that out. Stirring this up a little bit. We still got 30 minutes on this boil. Anyone guessing? Sweet heat bochet. That's a good idea. Pineapple, habanero, and a bochet. I could get behind that. I could get behind that. We've got a guess for jalapeno pineapple, jalapeno mango. We got a guess for sweet heat bochet. Maybe if you sent out a sample. For this one, this episode too, I didn't have to send out a sample. I had somebody come and help me taste test it here. So you'll see that this coming Monday. Habanero mango, JAO. Was that like Joe's Ancient Orange? Not quite. If you know the premise of the video, the series, it's to take these two different wheels. I've actually done it live on here before. And you spin both of them, and then I have to use those ingredients. And again, I am way ahead. Like episode 2 is coming out, but because my new format of video is to take and make the mead from beginning to end, I'm having to make things months in advance. So yeah, so like for example, what's this? This one, where it is? This one right here took something like 2 months to do. So I had to really, in order to get it out at this date that I wanted it, I had to start it 2 months ago, or 2.5 months ago, because then I had to edit it. So it's been quite the event. So yeah. Hey Michelle, or Mo, do you know how? See, here we are. I'm gonna spam some of myself. Y'all, you can get some of these sweet emojis. You can get some bees in the chat. You can get some Vikings in the chat. You can also get some Viking helmets. And just straight up honey. That's what I'm talking about. So feel free to spam. If you join, you get to spam all of those. I'll come up with some other ones in the future. I need to get a little better at Photoshop to like cut out my face or something, because that'd be kind of fun. I am tasting a million different things right now, because I've got this mead right here, the Can It Be a Mead episode, starting to mix liquors. This was that peanut butter whiskey that I don't know if I'm ready for that currently. Man. Okay, where are we at? 24 minutes. We're at a slight boil. I need to get this going a little bit more. It smells fantastic. My whole house is gonna smell like a beer for the next eternity. Am I still good? Oh, I'm low on battery. If/when my microphone dies, let me know, because I'll have to change out the battery, which is somewhere. I lost it. There it is. Couple of these ready. That's the only problem with using, I'm trying to make my equipment better, which is what, if you support the channel with either Patreon or the membership, or things like my Amazon links and those things, all that stuff, while I get revenue, helps me to buy new equipment. So like even this lavalier mic I have right here, it works well, but I could have even better audio quality if I had a better lav microphone. So I'm constantly trying to get better equipment. And if you know anything about YouTube revenue, it's not great for small channels. So, woo, that's hot. We're at a rolling boil. We can get another swamp shot. Here we are. Now, see, there we go. We got rolling boil slightly. That's what it looks like for the next something like 30 minutes. Oh, see, I figured it out. I was able to get that. There we go, Michelle. She's spamming those emojis. That's what I'm talking about. You too can be a part of the emoji gang and join that crew. It'd be fun. This has got to boil for a little bit. Then we add some more Sticklebracht hops. So this is right here. This is what we're using right now. Sticklebracht, pretty nice, works well. I haven't used these before, but they're definitely working. Remember, 15 in hops. My strawberry mead just exploded. Like, while the stream was happening? That is concerning. I hope that's not true. Definitely, it's not fun to deal with bottle bombs. It's also not fun to deal with just bottle carbonating, in my opinion, is the worst. I hate bottle carbonating because it is such like a crapshoot of, is this gonna work or is this not gonna work? And if it doesn't work, it is not great. Get yourself some water, hydrate up. It's only, It's only 1:44 here in Oklahoma, so all my friends who are up at 2 a.m. right now, you're about to go to sleep. I definitely not. So active, shooting through the airlock. Is it in a bucket or is it in a carboy? Because if it's in a carboy, then it could be up at the top of that airlock, which it's kind of hard to, yeah, I've been there. That's rough. Sometimes you got to deal with the storm in order to get through it. It's all right. Welcome to anybody who's joined recently. We are making an IPA, and we're going to make it a braggot here pretty soon in like 30 minutes. After we boil for a little while longer, we're going to add some honey to the mixture, probably bring up the starting gravity to, I don't know. Actually, I'm going to take a guess right now. I've been accurate, semi-accurate. So if this is supposed to start with a starting gravity at 5 gallons at about it says here 1.053 to 1.057. I'm gonna guess I'm probably on the lower end, 1.050, let's say. Adding in 2 pounds of honey. Somebody remember this number, because I'm gonna see how correct I am. I bet my starting gravity is gonna be somewhere in the realm of 1.065. So someone remember that. I would love to see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. 2 cans of IPA. Yep. I should check on strawberry wine. It's good to check on your meads. I would definitely do that pretty actively. Yeah, 0.07. It definitely, yeah, you just have to, it's so hard with gravities to know. Especially because when you're doing like a home brew situation like this, I've put in my roughly 2.5 gallons of water to start, but then you lose some to, of course, boiling process. You lose just liquid in general in boiling. So who knows how much I'll lose by the end of this 40 or an hour of boiling. I could lose a quarter of a gallon, I could lose a half gallon. I don't really know. There you go, Michelle. Help me out. 1.065. I'll have to come up with some cool emojis for this. I don't do a lot of this live situation, so are you able to, just anyone who's a non-member with this, are you able to use the other YouTube emojis? Like here's one, where's one? Like that one right there. Are you able to use that one? which is of course the loading logo. You've probably all seen that at this point. If you've been on YouTube for any sort of time, you've seen that stupid loading logo. Quite annoying. We're lost our rolling boil. Turn it down too low. Hopefully the stream still looks good. Oh, there we are. Yep, Everett, you can use all those. Too much, I think. A lot of stream. So, if you want to join and get some of these bad boys, I definitely feel like right now, in this moment, my favorite one is for sure Viking. I'm a fan of the Viking. I know that a lot of people, but what's funny to me, in this mead making community, we talk about mead in relation to Vikings, and there's been this kind of, not resurgence, this, oh gosh, push. Y'all, I goofed. I've made too many beers without this. I'm sorry, my story just got ruined. I was supposed to put the corn sugar in. I goofed. Okay, I'm putting it in now. This was supposed to boil for 40 minutes with the malt extract. I just looked over there and saw it. I honestly have never made an IPA that needed corn sugar. Well, we still got 17 minutes on the clock. Maybe this will be good enough. What a goof. This is what you get when you drink and brew. You get subpar, very forgetful commentary. Okay, now I gotta restir this. Well, that was very silly. I don't think it'll make that big of a difference, maybe. I think mainly the hops were the things that need to boil for 40 minutes before you add the next ones. But I guess we'll find out. Oops. Oops. What else we got? Why is that held for review? Oh, I see, right there. Hello, hello, I am alive again? Am I alive? Can you hear me? Have I returned to the universe? Maybe. It's gone. Michelle was, yeah, she could do it. We're back, we back. Welcome back. I don't even know what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, I started before I realized I'd forgot that sugar. The people who are, we compare mead to Vikings a lot of the time, and now some people I should say, are pulling back and like saying like, yes, the Vikings made it, but they weren't the ones to penultimately make the best mead, which I think is true. Not to say there's anything wrong with wanting to make mead like a Viking. I just think that there's a lot of quality that we get out of the mead we make now. Everett had a question, or sorry, Fawn had a question first. Curious why I have strawberry mead everywhere, but strawberry wine is not. Are they the same yeast, Fawn? Because that could make a difference. Have you ever used a vinometer to check the alcohol? I have one. No, I have, I mainly use my hydrometer. I do have a refractometer, is that the right word? That is good for at the beginning of the brew. It only detects gravity in the beginning, initial original gravity. It doesn't do anything post alcohol. It just assumes that it doesn't read alcohol is what I should say. So haven't used that. Was I right? Refractometer? Yes. A lot of cultures have made mead for millennia. That's very true. I think we just equate mead to Vikings because it's easier than trying to be like, well, the Aztecs made mead or whatever. All right, I'm done with this one. Vikings groups of monks. Yeah, I've heard there's a lot of talk about monks making mead. Putting this boy away. What else we got in here? We got a Bochet. I need some advice. You guys get to decide what I crack open next. I have, hold on, I'm finding all my choices. Eventually this has to be opened. Oh, I'm so, Okay. Here you go, y'all help me out. You vote in the comments, what do I open next? This is episode 1 of Can It Be a Mead? It's Frankenstein's Juice. It is grape, fruit, and vanilla. This right here is a wild berry mead. So it is mesquite, honey, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, maple syrup, and yeast. Or I have a Bochet using 71B yeast. Vote in the comments and I will choose whoever picks the most. Because I'm curious. No, that's alcohol abuse. It's not abuse. I have plenty of it in this case. I know it seems like abuse, but what kind of beer are you after? Andrew, I'm making an IPA. So it is they call it on the box at least, it is the down under IPA. So it is, it's got a bunch of New Zealand kind of hops, which I don't know. They don't have the different descriptors for the hops on here. I'm seeing the Frank juice. I see a couple Bochets. Pop top, wild berry, maple syrup, or grape. I see mostly Bochet, so I'm gonna go ahead and open the Bochet. I have some bad news for y'all. This is not carbonated, so there's no fun sound. Well, that's the thing opening. No crazy fun sound. Most people said Bochet. I'm going with that one. So, get him. Here you go. Look at that. Pretty clear. This guy is orange blossom honey and 71B yeast. If you watched my video recently, maybe you can see it. If you watched my video that came out last Thursday? I don't really know. It was all about sampling the difference between a Bochet using 71B yeast in the Lalvin D47. This is the 71B version. So it's got a lot of really, really nice tropical notes. Yeah, man, fantastic. Someone was talking earlier about making a Bochet. Do it for sure. Ooh, this thing smells great. Super smooth. The glass is frosted over, so you can't quite see. Also, there's not a lot of light in here, but it's pretty clear. Pretty nice. It's got, I think with age, it'll get even better. I can't wait to see what it's like in, I don't know, a year. Which reminds me, I think I have, I'm not opening it now, sorry, spoilers, but I've been sitting on this bottle for a long time. No, oh, I drank it. Oh, that's so sad. I drank it. I must have at some point. It was my original, like, first Bochet I ever made in history. It was like 2.5 years old. Fantastic, y'all, you have to make a Bochet. There's no way of getting around it. You gotta make a Bochet. Also, I need this to Continue a rolling boil. The swamp's getting pretty clear, for anyone curious. Have you messed around with fortification for flavor, i.e. different spirits? I haven't. I would love to do that. Part of it is I haven't done my research. I would love to just say, to be able to do it, but because of what this channel is, it's because of I think my educational side, I want to be able to say confidently that I've done it before and or that I am teaching you the way to do it. Yes, I do experimentation things, but I don't want to just jump in and say, I've never done this before, this is how you do it, because that doesn't seem to work for a lot of people. We've got about 6 minutes on these to the next hops. Banana vanilla bochet. Ooh. What's a good first bochet attempt? Just making a bochet. I think my first one was, I remember it pretty vividly because it was my first one ever. It was 4 pounds of Desert Creek, which is like a clove or a wildflower honey, I think. And I don't remember the yeast I used, a gallon of water. Anyways, it turned out to be fantastic. I think that a good first attempt at a bochet is just making a bochet in general, putting it in bottles, and do what I do, which is you take and you put a bunch of bottles back. So y'all have seen the Mead room a million times now, but it looks like a mess. Sorry. You can see kind of up at the corner, there's a ton of shelving. I put away bottles all the time. So I'm trying to constantly set bottles back to be able to taste in the future. Were you happy with the web strunts? At the beginning, Esteban, I thought it was really good. Then I spent time taste testing it compared to other things, and I found that it was a little bit, you could feel the quote fakeness of it, because not fake, but the filtering, the pasteurization kind of process that they go through with that honey, I definitely feel like it wasn't as true as I thought in the beginning. So not that it was terrible, it wasn't the worst honey I've ever used, but it definitely had some issues. I would go through some other people if you can. Do you have any good recipes for pear mead? Have 2 pear trees loaded down with fruit. Okay, so here's my opinion on pear meads. I love a pear mead if you can do it well. However, they're really hard to do because they're high in pectic, so they're high in pectic, so they're really hard to clear for one. You have to make sure and use pectin enzyme. They're high in pectin. You have to use pectic enzyme. I hate the stupid back and forth. In order to make it clear. Also, I would say if you're going to use pears, put them in the secondary, because during the primary, the bulk of the fermentation is happening, therefore you lose a lot of the aromatic side of the fruit. When you lose the aromatic side of the fruit, you end up losing a lot of the flavor and the sugar. But if you put it in the secondary, the next step I would do, if I wanted to make another pear mead, which I will at some point, I would let a traditional mead go through the primary, at which point I would stabilize it. Now, I have been teetering between using potassium sorbate and also using like pasteurizing with an oven or something else. Honestly, my better safe bet right now is to use potassium sorbate. I know that some people are not a fan of it, and that's just how it is, sorry. But I would use potassium sorbate, stabilize it, then add the pears on top, because you're gonna find that the sugars that give you pear flavor retain better. Sorry, big thing. Do you end up with more buoyant sediment in your bocets and other meads? A little bit, yeah. Some of it gets to be that kind of, not crunchy, but the more solid mass. What's the worst honey you've ever used? Ooh, what is the worst honey you've ever used? I've had some decent products come out of this, but this was actually given to me from my mom, which I can't really, it's crystallized and I've tasted it. This is Nature Nate's. I've had a couple meads come out and be decent with it, but most of the time they don't. And in fact, this one, she's had it for such a long time that it crystallized and it just doesn't taste very good. It's not great. So, What is the one Bochet banana? Yeah, you need a lot of pectic enzyme. Pectin, whatever it is. Stupid word, hate that. Bananas Foster wine. I've had who is it that does that? Oh, I can't remember now. Shoot, they do one called Bananas Foster Forever. It's a banana wine. It's pretty decent. Ever used buckwheat honey? That's funny you say that because I actually have probably 30 pounds of buckwheat honey back there, and I have used it. In fact, it is the honey that I use in episode 4 of Can It Be a Mead, and it is pretty fantastic. It's got a really, really interesting flavor, really, really interesting character in general. So you can see here, this is buckwheat honey. It's like mega dark. It definitely, it creates a very dark looking mead in general. So, what else we got? Costco honey. Costco honey is really not too bad. I mean, it's got some problems. Ship it to me. Is y'all's live stream lagging? I can't tell. On mine, it's lagging a little bit. So I'm wondering if that's for everybody or if that's just me streaming and viewing at the same time. Buckwheat, it does have a nice color. Well, why are we lagging all of a sudden? Frame drop, what the heck? Hold on, let's figure this out. Also, we're about to add our next hops. We're still going. It still says we got 29, got 30 FPS. Oh, we're dropping frames. Consider turning down video settings. Oh, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Output. We're just gonna keep it going. Maybe it'll catch up. Who knows? It could not at all. That's fine. Do you think buckwheat honey would make a good Bochet or too dark? No, I think it could make a good Bochet. I think that there could be conflicting flavors between a Bochet. It'd just be a lot of dark. Yeah, maybe what you're saying is true. It could be very dark, almost too dark. So, okay, we're now gonna add, make sure I'm right, Sticklebracht. Yes, we're gonna add another ounce of Sticklebracht hops. So, we can't forget this. Swamp Shot. Y'all ready for this? There we go. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So now this is when it starts to float to the bottom. This is the fun, interesting part. You can see it start to swamp up, and by the end of this, as it starts to boil, swamp mode. I'm throwing trash everywhere. This one goes for 15 minutes. Thank you for reminding me to set my timer. I haven't looked at the chat. I'm sure somebody said it. There we go, 15 minutes. Interesting. The Costco honey, if you want cheap mead to get drunk, yeah. Not the best. That's fair. You know what's really interesting recently, like I said, I've been doing a lot of mead content because I know that my life's about to get really busy as I approach teaching again. And I have been doing a ton of video stuff. I've done a video working on a video for different ciders you can use with like store-bought juice. And one of my favorite ones I've tried so far, believe it or not, is canned pineapple from Ocean Spray. And it is very, very interesting and very, very good. So you can get a decent like cider product from just a store-bought juice. Cactus honey. Royal jelly. People have been talking about royal jelly a lot. I haven't ever done one. Orange mango braggot. Ooh, yeah, that sounds good. My favorite beer that I've made so far was a oatmeal raisin cookie stout. And it, with some time and age, as every kind of stout needs, it has turned out to be fantastic. Like, I'm seriously one of the biggest fans of it. So I used an oatmeal cookie stout base, and then I had also like taken, I couldn't figure out how to do the raisin side. That was the big thing. So I thought, okay, I can put like a million raisins in this thing, or I can find something else. So I found raisin extract, and I put raisin extract in. It's like a year old now. Super, super good. Colin, used a lot of Costco honey. Honestly, it's not bad to use Costco honey because, I mean, when you're first starting, I should say, if you start making mead, you don't need, well, I'll put it this way. My first, let's say 12 meads that I ever made were not the most fantastic thing that ever came into the world. And that's not to say that you can't make the most fantastic mead your first time around, but I think we learn a lot through the first few. And when you learn a lot, you are more often than not making some mistakes. So if you go off and you spend $8 for a pound of honey, and you do that for, let's say, like 3 pounds, so you're spending 24 bucks for 3 pounds of honey, and then you make your first mead and it runs into some snags or you got some problems. I don't know. I think that using cheaper honey is not the end of the world. I would say you could just start making mead. There's no reason to try and be the guy who makes the perfect first mead. No one makes the perfect first mead. Coffee stout. Ooh, yeah. I've made a what was it, porter? Oh, it was a cinnamon roll coffee porter. Was it coffee cinnamon roll porter? Some flipping of that, but it was really, really good as well. Super, super good. Bochet is awesome. Thank you so much. I love it. Are you using 100% juice ocean spray? Yes, that was using the cran pineapple. I literally just threw yeast into the bottle, and it was the plastic bottle. But the point of the video was for people who don't have glass carboys and auto siphons and all those things to be able to make this on their own. You can, so Colin has a good point. You know, you can, the mellow side, if you're bolstering with other fruit sugars and things like that, you can actually kind of, quote, fix some of the bad honey character flavor you get in general. So I think that's important to say. I felt sorbate give me a weird off flavor. Maybe I choose too much. It's definitely easy to use too much. It can add some off flavor, but in my opinion, I haven't done a side-by-side test, but I haven't seen a drastic difference between using sorbate and not. Yeah. Bottle your first mead. Go do it. That's great. First mead, that's what I'm talking about. It's really fun. When you first start mead making, you know, you start your stuff and then you're sitting there and you feel like you're just watching paint dry. When you get to the final bottling stage, it's like, I don't know, it's like finishing a race. You know, you've spent so long working on something and you're finally there. So it's super, super good. All right, we got 9 minutes left on this. You guys chat amongst yourself real fast. I will be right back. Hello, all right, back. Sweet, 8 minutes. What did I miss? Anybody say anything exciting? Prickly pear. Oh, I would love to make a prickly pear mead at some point. I've never made a prickly pear mead, but I've had one. Somebody sent me one time. Someone sent me one time, and it was pretty fantastic. It was pretty good. So I'd love to try it. It's just hard to get how do you get prickly pear? I don't really have any answer for that. I got too many things to try. So I'm gonna I need something lighter. Bochet is good, but we're in summer heat right now, and I'm ready to do something a little bit lighter. So we're gonna take it back to a classic. This is the, I'm gonna open up the Can It Be a Mead episode 1 mead. If you have just joined, which I don't know if anyone has, but we are making an IPA that's going to be a braggot and just chatting. So welcome to the chat. Go ahead and say hi, and make sure make sure to hit like and all that garbage, whatever. Can I watch the live later? I missed a lot of cleanup. Yes, you can. You can go back. This will be saved. It'll take a little bit, but it will have to process and then upload, and this will be available live for you, for anybody who wants to watch it post. So, here we go. Let's open up this Frankenstein's juice, which is the grapefruit and vanilla mead. Right here we go. There it is, little carbonation. Love a good old sizzle sound. And of course, this is what we look like. Not a lot of carbonation, enough carbonation. This thing, I just needed something a little more refreshing. Right now, that Bochet is just, I don't know, the Bochet to me is like if you were in, okay, that sounds weird. If you're in a hot car, the last thing, in my opinion, I want to do is eat like a really warm candy bar or something. Like it's just maybe too sweet, too dark, something like that. Let's see. So this is that grapefruit and vanilla, like I had done, or like I said, and you get a lot of grapefruit sour on the nose. Not sour, but grapefruit. I mean a little sour, but grapefruit fruit smell. There's a hint of vanilla at the end, but it definitely, I wish it was a little bit stronger. I wish I had put a little bit more. I didn't want it to be the most prominent smell or flavor. Ooh, carbonation is very nice and refreshing. A little bit sour. Ooh, actually, it's been about 2 months since I finished this mead, so it's had some more time to age, and that honey character is popping even more now. I like this. I mean, I already liked it before. We said it can be a mead. Spoiler, sorry. But yeah, the vanilla is very light. It is more of a mouthfeel thing. You get a little bit of a, like the grapefruit's very bright, but that vanilla kind of brings it down, so to speak, to be more mellow. It's not too bright, too in your face. The same thing for the honey that I'd used. Oh, that frame rate drop. Oh. I wonder if there's a way to fix that. Hold on. I just want this to be a good stream. Oh, I don't even know on here. Hold on, maybe if I just do that. Is this getting any better? We're still. I hope that this Oh, this frame rate. Sorry, y'all. I honestly don't know how to fix that. I'm a little bit troubled on how to fix this. If it's really bad, I'm recording this right now. I'll just re-upload and it will be, should hopefully be full quality. So I guess I'll find out. This is really good though, Colin. I highly recommend trying it. If you want to make it yourself, grapefruit vanilla. Probably more internet than your camera, yeah. Okay, we are 2 minutes away from adding our last 2 ounces of hops, which are these 2 right here. And, oh, I actually do have ice. That's kind of nice. Let me take a second. I have to, I gotta clean up a little bit because I'm gonna have to use this for a second. So give me 1 moment. So many things. I'm trying to get this prepared so I can make an ice bath. And then hopefully if I make an ice bath, I'll be able to keep streaming for you guys while I can. Because the longest waiting time is waiting for this to finish cooling down. It takes forever. All right, let me get some room. Okay. All right. What do we got? Anyone got anything cool to say? Dragon fruit. That sounds interesting. I'd love to try that at some point. Last little bit. Where are my 2 hops? I am fantastic at losing things. Normally when I'm teaching at school, I'm like the king of grabbing something, walking around the room with it, and then leaving it somewhere. So then I'm spending a good few minutes going, where did I put that thing? All right, we're gonna put now ooh, they smell great. Oh my goodness, this is a weird thing to say. These Stickleback hops smell like Parmesan cheese. That's wild. Okay, our last hops shot of the day, because the last ones will go in after the secondary. Here you go. This is the double hop shot. Oh, sorry. Plenty there. Now we gotta set our timer for 5 minutes, and before I forget, we are also going to take and add our honey in, because this is the final boil. So let me go ahead and pour this honey. This is 2.5 pounds of honey in, by the way, because I've had to weigh this thing up before. I know exactly what it is. Timer, 5 minutes, honey goes in. Now I have to sit here and wait. Sorry, I can't read your chat. Maybe the steam will help. I think I said my gravity reading was possibly 1.065. I don't know if I'll actually be able to get a gravity reading of this before the stream is over, because this is going to take forever and ever to finish cooling down, because I don't have a wort chiller. Eventually I'll get one. All right, I'm done waiting on this. Okay. Now I do want to mix this up, because the honey is probably now all at the bottom. It needs a little assistance. Also, we need to get this to a boil again with our hops. Okay. Still going. If I missed anything, doing the most. What's up, man? You're just peeping right in. Fun fact for y'all, Doing the Most and I have been working on some things. Again, if you want to see Can It Be a Mead episode number 2 featuring Doing the Most, a little spoiler there, go ahead and become a member today for $1.99, and on Thursday that episode will come out, so I always post my episodes early of everything for them, and you get a bunch of different things. So also go check out Doing the Most. Click on his little icon right now and subscribe, because he puts out a lot of great content. So you'll see lots of him on the channel, which is fun. My Roomba is trying to take a stroll currently. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed a lot of things. Would you use Brewfather or Beersmith? Yeah, you could definitely do that. I honestly haven't used either one of those. I most of the time am just like, unless I'm trying to go for a very specific, like I need this exact 1.090 starting gravity, I don't normally try and make any recipes. Now I do have a lot of experience in doing this, so I can get pretty close to a starting gravity. However, that's not to say you can't use that stuff. So, okay, so I'm doing a couple things. While I'm getting my ice, because I have a lot of ice I gotta grab real fast, I want you to tell me your favorite mead you've ever made. And you'll get to hear me this whole time, because I'm wearing a lav mic. And I'm out in my sunroom. That's exciting. Some of you are asking where the ice chest went. It's out here. It's in my sunroom. I don't know if I have enough ice to do this. I thought I had enough ice. So I lost that. What on earth? There it is. Okay. I am going to make a lot of noise. Here you go. All right. Sorry, turn the mic off so I didn't have to blast your ears with ice pounding. This is almost done. We're about to put it on an ice bath. And then, of course, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll probably change the stream up a little bit. Oh, we are getting crazy over here. Hold on, almost there, 7 seconds. Swamp mode, is this hot? Nah, that's fine. We've finished the boiling process. How nice is that? Now, the terrible time of sitting here forever. I'm gonna move this. Oh, it's so hot. Heavy. Okay. All right, just put that there, surround it with some ice. One moment. That's it. We did it. We've made the beer. Now, this thing is gonna sit and cool down for quite some time. Let me move some of this stuff, change my setup. We'll go through the Mead Reddit for a few minutes, and then I will probably cut it, and we'll I'll have to do all the rest of this later. But give me one moment while I figure this out. Okay. Hopefully I don't lose the audio here. We're gonna find out. This mic battery is gonna die again. Oh, camera down. Welcome to my humble abode. Hello. Talk about drunk cam. You're seeing it all. Whew. Sorry y'all, that was quite the experience. Move this. Okay, almost there. All right, let's do this. Let's chat about, if I lose the audio, by the way, just go ahead and tell me. Is this up to date? It is, okay. Let me get something figured out fast. Mead Reddit. Also, I've never switched between doing just a stream like this to actually showing my screen, so this is going to be exciting. See if I can figure this out. Maybe. Getting closer. There it is. Perfect. We did it. Y'all, I'm not a streamer, so this is as high tech as I can get in this moment. Make me smaller. There we go. Get out of here. We don't want to see you anymore. All you do is talk. Okay. Boom. Let's go through this Reddit a little bit. Ooh, this mead is getting wild. Or this beer is getting wild. Okay. So I think that's all right. Maybe you can see. Let's go through some of this stuff, y'all. We got the August Mead Challenge. If you've never been to the Reddit Meadery, Reddit Mead page in general, they got a bunch of different stuff. Oh, I'm not gonna watch that right now. Maybe. I mean, no, we're not gonna watch that. I wish I could just tell you the actual recipe. No. Oh well. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, look at that. Cinnamon pear. Caramelized honey. So cinnamon pear bochet. Anyone got opinions about that? Because that sounds pretty incredible. Also, I probably need to check this beer. It's quite hot. Where's my... I need this to get down to like 85. Oh boy. We are sitting at like 100, 200 degrees right now. That ain't happening. We got a bit. We got quite some time. All right. Ooh, look at that coffee bochet. Anybody? Look at that thing. Wonder how that turned out. Bouquet honey from the local bazaar. Mangrove Jacks. Anyone had any experience with Mango Jacks before? Because I have. I've actually done a yeast shootout with it, for those of you that are curious. Looks pretty good, man. Happy unexpected clarification. What? How do you have an? What on earth? Oh, it just cleared up over time. Oh, he says that. Okay, that makes sense. Interesting. Yeah, some people say here, tannins can act as a clarification agent. That's interesting. I actually didn't know that. That's odd. Ooh, that's a nice color. Look at this mead. That one, that thing looks fantastic. This looks like, I mean, it's not super clear, but it looks like a nice cider to me. Yeah, Michelle, you're right. I need to make a cold brew option. I've made them like a coffee mead before, but it definitely was not very good. What else we got? If you're not part of this group, this Reddit Mead page, you should definitely check it out. $5 1 gal. Where's Daiso? I don't know where that is. Oh, look at that. What do y'all think of this right here? This thing, I mean, okay, so I'll say this. Looking at the bottom of it, like, that's just a yeast cake in general, which is totally normal. The mead itself doesn't look very, I mean, it looks pretty clear. The filtering side, I don't think is like super important. I think filtering and clarity is really nice. However, at the end of the day, you need to make a product that tastes good. If you're trying to focus so much on like, I have to make this thing as clear as possible, then maybe you need to be looking in the realm of being a meadery instead of just trying to be a home brewer. Because no one cares about, I mean, it shouldn't be about the clarity at the end of the day. It's nice, but it's also not the worst thing in the world. Transport the mead without getting the bottom residue? That's just, this person doesn't know about sediment. I don't mind leaving a bit of yeast in when I rack. What? I don't understand this. Yeah, so yeast will automatically settle back down, but it seems silly to me to be like, to say that it will never, I don't know, that's so silly. Yes, Doing the Most says, I shared a bottle with Peach Mead, which was fantastic. He brought it over when he was helping me with episode 2 of Can It Be a Mead, and it was awesome. It was really good. Don't be afraid to use some finding agents. Cloudiness, yeah. I think that clarity is nice, but it just, so many people put so much pressure on like, you have to make a clear mead, otherwise it's not good. That's not true at all. I've made plenty of meads that are not the clearest thing in the world that have turned out fantastic. In fact, sometimes when you have a lack of clarity, you're actually getting a little better mouthfeel in some ways. You get a little more tannic mouthfeel, which can be really nice. I hate the sentiment that a not clear mead is bad. That's just terrible. That's just so annoying. Oklahoma peaches for the win, for sure. Oklahoma, well, Oklahoma kind of sucks in most regards, but in peaches, we are killing it, killing the game. Look at this one. Speaking of peach, double peached mellow mel. I love this label. Man, that is such a cool label. Look at that thing. I like the font too. That's a pretty cool little label there. Yeah, also, Andrew reminds, he just said it right there. There is a Discord for the Man-Made Mead page. I think it's in the link in the description of this page. No, it's not. If someone will, Andrew, if you want to post a link or something, I can't. I'll have to go find it if I'm looking for it, which is hard to do right now. Multitasking. First bulk purchase. What? Look at this, y'all. This is how you save money. Yes, you do spend money to buy 40 pounds of honey, but you save money somewhat in the long run. There's also a Facebook group. There's a Discord page. I do have a Reddit. I do post some things on here, but it's not very active. There is a Facebook group. There's a Facebook page. There's a Facebook group called the Man-Made Mead Makers. So y'all can join any of those things. First peach mead. Man, talk about peach mead. Check that out. That thing looks pretty good. Again, not super clear, but is that the end of the world? No. Motion detection mead. What? What a weird... Oh, they're talking about how if you move the mead, it sets off more fermentation. Yeah, okay. Storm Before Dawn, definitely. So you generally will see that everything needs to degas as you're brewing. Even before you bottle, you need to make sure and degas, because if you don't degas, then you're going to find out that you might end up with a carbonated mead that you did not intend to be carbonated. And it seems really weird, but it happens. I've had it happen before, and you're like, well, I didn't put any more sugars in. Well, it degassed in the bottle, and then it created some carbonation. Losing some of this. Oh yes, look at that. Someone was mentioning earlier about mixing and splitting your batches up into stuff. Well, we got a milk jug fermentation right here. 10 days and a noticeable layer of dead yeast. Doesn't smell like vinegar. I think it may be a success. Absolutely, that looks like it could be a success. I would get it out of that container into a glass carboy just to make sure it doesn't fail, for sure. First brew in a interesting bottle. Wonder what the comments are here. Oh, this is nice. I don't think it... Someone talked about prison hooch. We're going to take a detour real fast in life. Sorry. If you've never seen the Reddit prison hooch, it's like people making all kinds of alcohol. Well, I guess it's a little more civilized than what I've seen before. But it's normally like kind of wild ways to make prison hooch. Ooh. Whoever was talking about strawberries earlier, this could be you. You could be the one with, looks like throw up all over your brew. Oh man. Have a cheap brewable recipe. Oh my gosh. I don't want to knock anybody using like plastic or anything. I think this is funny. I think they filled it up way too much, and then that sediment just filtered to the top, and it flew. It's gone. Ooh, ah. This hurts to see. Red onion hooch. Oh no. Why would you do that? I'm all for crazy meads, but red onion? Okay, smell. Oh my. Oh gosh. Why would you do this to yourself? Okay, if you're gonna describe the smell of it as quite weak, a bit farty, that's not anything. That's not. No. That's not even prison hooch. That's got to be below prison hooch at this point. Ooh, interesting. Ugh. I feel like I could taste that for a moment. Chili beetroot brew. Fizzy and dry. Look at that thing. That's a great color. Man, I like the color on that. Beets. Beets have a really nice color, for sure. What's this? Oh, look at that sediment. That is a lot of sediment. Bean, what is Pinot Grigio? Oh, is this like a bean? No, this better not be a bean wine. Can I get this to play? Hold on. We're gonna see what this is.
It's time to sample the Pinot Grigio. It's gonna be so bad, it smells horrible.
What is this?
I can't believe I'm drinking this. I'm gonna come over to the sink in case it's really bad.
Why would you? Is this a bean wine? What the heck is it? Good Lord. That is. Oh, that's pretty funny. This, I've done this before with this Welch's grape juice. I know some people swear by it, but hear me out. If you're gonna do that, one, you're not making a mead, you're making a wine because there's no honey in that. I think you could do it better by pouring out a part of the brew like he has here, and then also like maybe putting some honey in, because it turns so sour, just not good at all. It's not great. Oh, ooh. This is still that peanut butter jelly whiskey from like 2 hours ago at this point. It's still good. It definitely is a little in my face. Oh, look at that color. That's nice. Oh my, what? No. No way. Blue Gatorade hooch. What? Oh. I want to know his recipe. I want to know what on earth he did. Okay, I did 3 liters of cool blue Gatorade, 1 liter of water, 1 cup of sugar, pitched it. EC1118. Says it tastes very dry. That doesn't, look at the color on that, y'all. This looks like you went, oh man. Mo says, will you consider doing a wine? Did I do a wine on, I've done 1 wine on video. I've done a couple wines actually. I haven't done many on video. I'm not against doing it. My thing is, I just haven't, I have so many mead projects that doing the wine was kind of tough. I've actually done, I was thinking about buying a wine kit today, since getting wine grapes is really hard here in Oklahoma. I just didn't, because it was like $80 for the kit, and I just wasn't ready to do that. I wasn't ready to commit to that. Looks like a blue Slurpee. It does. If someone gave me a glass of that, I don't know if I would be like all about it. I don't know. This looks interesting. I'm gonna move on from that. Look at that. Killdew. What's Killdew? Anybody? Anybody? Killdew. I mean, it's clear. Looks like a little bit of a dirty water. You don't need special wine grapes. I made wine from elderberries for years. You could do that. The problem is getting elderberries here in Oklahoma, where again, we are not the greatest of states in the world. Whoa. Freeze distillation, that's what I'm talking about. That's prison hooch right there, y'all. Chilies, beetroot tea, invert sugar, and other spice hooch. Y'all, this is something else. Goodness gracious. This is, that's a wild ride. I'm sitting here saying that this, that's like peanut butter jelly whiskey is weird. That thing has to be something else. They just did one? Okay, yeah. Doing the most, thank you for the wine kit fund. I appreciate that. We'll have to brew. We got to get a wine going. Man-made, I guess I could just change my name, Man-made, to whatever I'm brewing in that moment. Although the Man-made Mead seems to work well. But man-made wine, man-made beer, man-made kombucha, like, just keep doing it. Freeze distilled is dangerous, for sure. It is definitely, not the most legal thing you could possibly do in the world. Man-made high. There was because I was at the brew shop today, there was a hemp wine base. Now, my only hesitation with getting it was the fact that I couldn't buy it in anything below, it was a gallon of this wine base, and it was like $70. And if I was gonna do this, I'm probably not gonna use a gallon of wine base because it was meant to make 6 gallons of a brew. I'm not gonna experiment that. I'm not that hardcore. That sounds like a doing the most experiment. He does a lot of big batch things. So if I can get myself a hold of a smaller batch of the, hemp wine base, I'll try it, but probably not spending $70 on it. Yeah, Andrew says, talking about capsaicin, which is that heat from your pepper. And I think that, doing the most is hanging out some. He could probably speak to the same thing. The heat from peppers, especially something, I'll call them tamer, but jalapenos, bell peppers are very tame. But anything that's not a super hot pepper does fade pretty quickly, and you just get a vegetable taste. So you almost need habanero, serrano, ghost pepper, it's mega heat to get in your face, because that stuff will retain over time a little better. Let's see, I'm gonna check on my my temp for this real fast. Find out. I don't think we've cooled very much in this time. Oh man, we've gone down maybe 30 degrees. This is probably not going to be ready for hours. Trying my best, but my lack of ice. Also, the wort chiller would be nice, but I don't have it. Oh, I gotta change batteries again. Hold on, y'all. These lavalier microphones burn through batteries. Give me one moment. I gotta change something out. All right, am I back? Am I alive? Sweet, I think I'm working again. Okay, y'all, we've been live for 2 hours? 2 hours and 20 minutes? Man, going strong. All right, I'm gonna show you the other, give me 1 second. I'll see if I can find it. So if you've never been on the Man-Made Mead Man-Made Meadery Facebook page. It is a very, very fun place to learn, not necessarily learn, but to brew in general. Oh gosh, I can't even find my own group in this. Groups, there we go. Can y'all hear me? Is this working? Hello, hello? Hopefully. It says it's working on my screen. Let's see, hold on, I'm still trying to get this to work for the moment. Struggle bus. Hold on. All right, here we are, Man-Made Mead Makers. If you're interested, and in this in general, this is a Facebook page. You can see a couple people want to join, and I want to be very clear with something. If you try to join this group, you have to answer the questions. They're very simple. It's like, why do you want to be in this group? What do you hope to contribute? Do you agree to the rules? If you just try to join and don't answer those, I won't let you in. And that's namely because I've had a bunch of bots and spam people try to join, which at the end of the day creates more work for me, because then I'm having to filter through a bunch of garbage. So I'll kind of scroll through some of this for y'all if you're curious. So this is like just another, it's like a Reddit page essentially. So it's just a place for us to talk about mead making. And yeah, some people don't have Facebooks, and that's okay, but you can join some of these other groups. So there's like stuff like this. I mean, there's people talking about the same things you see on Reddit, which is nice. So that's a good place to go. It's Man-Made Mead Makers. Looking to the Discord thing and maybe Reddit? Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna switch back. Hold on, I gotta find this other one. There we are. Give me one moment. I'm figuring out this game. Here we are. Okay, we're back on the. We're gonna get away from the prison hooch side. R/Mead. Not prison hooch. Okay, I'm gonna keep going down this a little bit. We've seen some of this already. We're getting back to the normal mead making world. Ooh, look at that thing. That looks good. So I've heard of people using butterfly pea blossom things to get this purple color, but that looks fantastic. I don't really know. Wonder what they used. They must use butterfly pea blossom. Thank you. I don't know how to say your name. I'm so sorry. Aditya Bhat. Yeah, the Discord is really, really nice. You should join it. Super simple. I mean, it's a good place to continue to talk about mead making in general. Blueberries. That's how this guy got this. Blueberries, lemon juice. Wow, that's blueberry by itself? That's pretty good. I got it right? No. I think you're being kind. I feel like I butchered it. But yeah, there's a lot of, the Reddit's a great place, Discord's a great place. There are a lot of great communities in general for mead making. Just go ahead and go join one and I mean, you won't regret it, that's for sure. Hold on, let me give me 1 second. I can gotta fix myself. Some full screen. All right, y'all. It's been 2.5 hours, and this beer has probably another 2 hours to go before it's clear. Not clear, but it's cold enough, cool enough for me to be able to do anything with it. And I'm gonna go ahead and end it here because I ultimately, I gotta do some cleaning up. If you want to support the channel, of course, make sure you hit like on this and subscribe and all that. If you wanna join the Man-Made Mead Makers, which is basically a way for you to see all my content early and support the channel, that's there. It's $1.99 a month. The price of a Taco Bell, what once was a $2 meal deal. So you could do that, you can support the channel. That helps me continue to buy stuff to brew, and honestly to help me improve equipment, because as I'm brewing and as I am making more YouTube content, my goal is to make better content, which means I have to have nicer cameras, nicer equipment, and just trying to continue to keep up with the game. So if you want to help with that, that's $2 a month. There's a join button down right below. So yeah, that'd be super helpful. So you can also check out any other mead making community. Now, I understand you guys come to watch me, and I really appreciate it, but I also want to plug really anybody else who makes mead, because I think it's important that we all communicate well, that we all share each other's like passion with one another. So you're gonna find amazing content on other channels. You know, one of the two big ones that are big on YouTube are Doing the Most, which is he does a lot of mead making content. He does a lot of wine stuff. He does some homesteading things. So you'll learn from him. They do amazing stuff. I can tell you them. I've tried his mead. I have spent time with him. He's a great dude. Him and his wife do awesome things. And then they switched to City Steading, or CS Brews and CS Meads and More recently. They also do some nice mead making content that is great. So both are great channels. There's a bunch more I'm probably missing. So if you have any other ones, I would highly recommend to go check it out. Go check them out. But what you should be seeking to do is go share your mead experience with your friends, with your family, with people you know, because mead is in our world, a questionable alcohol. Most people haven't tried it. Most people don't know what it is, and probably will never try it until you go and you stick a glass in front of your face and you say, hey, try this. And you don't even have to say it's yours. You can fake it and say, oh, this is something from whatever company. And that sounds real sketchy, but some people get sketched out by homebrew. So say, hey, try this mead. They try it, and either they choose, oh, I like it, or I don't like it, which is fine, but they've tried it. They can at least have the experience with it. So go share your mead experiences. Go talk about it with people. It seems really cringy to go talk about it, but it definitely will help our community. And at the end of the day, I know that one day I will leave this YouTube community and have to move on with my life. And my only hope and my only goal is to help and better this mead community, to help you guys learn something, and to hopefully push you out to say, go try to continue this legacy that we're creating. Because we are the ones who create the world. Or the world of mead, I should say. So have a great day. Thank you for tuning into this live stream. If you're watching it now live, or if you've seen it maybe post, it'll be up in a little bit. Appreciate you all. You guys are super awesome. I'll see you hopefully next time in another video and maybe another live stream. But this has been fun. See you then. Cheers.